The Ten Commandments, bestowed upon Moses by God on Mount Sinai, have served as a moral compass for believers throughout history. These commandments encapsulate fundamental principles that guide individuals toward a righteous and virtuous life. Each commandment carries profound wisdom and is supported by numerous verses from the Bible. Let us delve into their significance and explore how they can shape our lives for the better. You shall have no other gods before me. Exodus chapter 20 verse 3. This commandment reminds us of the importance of recognizing and honoring the one true God. It encourages us to worship Him and seek His guidance in all aspects of our lives. You shall not make for yourself an idol. Exodus chapter 20 verse 4. This commandment warns against the worship of idols or placing anything above God. It teaches us to prioritize our devotion to the divine and avoid the distractions of worldly desires. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Exodus chapter 20 verse 7. By forbidding the misuse of God's name, this commandment reminds us to show reverence and respect for His holiness. It encourages us to speak and act in ways that reflect our faith and honor His divine nature. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. The Sabbath commandment emphasizes the importance of rest and worship. It encourages us to set aside a dedicated time to reconnect with God, rejuvenate our spirits, and appreciate the blessings bestowed upon us. Honor your father and your mother. Exodus chapter 20 verse 12. This commandment recognizes the vital role parents play in our lives and emphasizes the value of filial respect and obedience. It reminds us to appreciate their guidance, love, and sacrifice. You shall not murder. Exodus chapter 20 verse 13. The commandment against murder reinforces the sanctity of human life. It teaches us to value and protect the lives of others, promoting peace, compassion, and justice in society. You shall not commit adultery. Exodus chapter 20 verse 14. This commandment upholds the sanctity of marriage and fidelity. It encourages faithfulness, trust, and commitment within the marital relationship, fostering love and stability within families. You shall not steal. Exodus chapter 20 verse 15. By prohibiting theft, this commandment instills the virtue of honesty and respect for others' property. It encourages us to be responsible stewards and to treat others' possessions with integrity. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Exodus chapter 20 verse 16. The commandment against false testimony calls for truthfulness, integrity, and justice in our words and actions. It discourages spreading falsehoods or harming others through deceit. You shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. Exodus chapter 20 verse 17. This final commandment cautions against envy and greed. It encourages contentment, gratitude, and the recognition that true fulfillment comes from appreciating our blessings rather than desiring what others possess. The Ten Commandments, as outlined in the Bible, offer timeless wisdom and moral guidance. They inspire us to develop a deep reverence for God, foster healthy relationships, and uphold justice and integrity in our interactions. By embracing these commandments and applying their principles to our lives, we can cultivate a more virtuous and fulfilling existence, both individually and collectively. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.